Wow.
So why not?
That's crazy.
Playing the vidya. Gotta start up the vidya.
He's live now. He's live now. He's live now.
He's live now. That was fast as fuck.
It
Holy.
just went live. Where's the video?
Takes me like 5 minutes.
I'm not seeing it.
He's live.
Real as hell.
He's live. Holy shit.
Except it didn't let me actually see
Hey.
the video.
Hey, it's official. Okay. Hey, it's official. Okay. Hey, official. He's live.
Oh my god, we have a fucking feedback loop. No, we have a fucking feedback loop. No. Oh. Feedback loop. No. Oh. Feedback loop. No. Okay. It's still going. Okay, I'm just muting desktop audio. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, we're good. It's because I had my own stream with the volume on. Alright, we're good. Now I just gotta get my chat going to a place where I can see it. Hello, Verts. Nice to see you. If I weren't a fucking moron, I would have set this up sooner. Jesus, criminy Christ. How do I even? Okay, there's chat. Fuck it. I'm just gonna have a browser window open on my left the entire time. But hello, welcome. This is me. I had a friend draw me. Hello, Roy. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna fucking play some Doom Eternal. Okay. And we do have some options here, of course. We could either do the base game or we could just go straight into DLC. Welcome everybody. Thank you again, Pinch, for the raid. It's very generous. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Wow, the other half didn't come. How fake. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. The fact that we got any sort of a raid here is sick as fuck. We are shortly Kirk. Thank you, Pinch, for that beloved insight. Hold on, this is not. It didn't load my mods. How dare you? How dare you not load my mods? Doom Eternal. Don't you know I can't play you without my mods? Boosay, I'll say. All right, how do I have my game set up and everything. Everything is all good. I'm just not used to having a chat yet, so I need to figure out how the fuck to put this in a way where it's not, like, intrusive or too small. Okay, let's see. Is there, like, a pop-out chat option that you use, Pinch? You know what? I'm just gonna fucking have my phone open, and that's gonna be chat. Because I don't feel like finagling with Windows anymore. I kind of just wanna play my shit. Don't. I'm getting a state farm ad. Dope. Nice. All right, dismiss. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for our feature presentation. You're about to witness gaming on a scale of which you've rarely ever seen. Let's crank our audio here. Get some music going. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me know if the audio sounds good. If I'm drowning myself out. But I have my levels over here on the left side, and everything seems to be alright. Let me just move that shit over. Okay. So, I'm just gonna go with DLC 1. You sound good, Seth MacFarlane. Thank you, Gleb. Roy says, why are you from the Arthur the Aardvark extended universe? Because this is how my friend decided to draw me. And personally, I'm okay with it. I look like the submissive and fuckable twink that I strive to be in my daily life. So really, I think that ticks all the boxes. Okay. Just put all my mods on. Oh yeah. Personally, I'm okay with it too. Well, good, Gleb. Thank you. Although we do have some other options to choose from, to be honest. I set up a couple. I've this guy. So, you know what? Honestly, let's just fucking play as this guy. Except I should probably move him out of the way of the HUD here. How about that? Maybe like there. Yeah. Maybe like a little bit more to the left. There it is. Okay. It should be Charlie Kirk low-key. I would sooner vomit in my own mouth than put anything Charlie Kirk related on my stream. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen. Oh fuck, I don't have in-flight mobility on. Let me fix that. There we go. Get those lighters out, ladies and gentlemen. Because from here forth, we are jamming. Alright. You don't get an opinion, Dread Knight. I don't give a shit. We're Bob Marley in this bitch. I'm not sure what that means, Verts, but thank you. Thank you for your input. I'm noticing like a smidge of input lag, but that's fine. I've played this game for like a zillion hours, so a couple milliseconds of input lag ain't gonna put me down. That is to say we're jamming. I see. Hello, Cybermank. Goodbye, Cybermank. Alright, let me lock in. Oh, this game is fun. Mink. That was stupid. I just pressed my face up against him and expected to not get hurt. Ate that up, Verts. You did. W joke. I'm just too slow to get it. But now that we're actually playing the game and we're in the heat of the action, I just want to do another check. Is my audio balanced alright? Or is the game drowning me out? Audio is good. Thank you. The avatar is sending me... You know, to be honest, I keep forgetting that I even have it up. I have 2 more to choose from, actually. I have Cloud from FF7. A doofy little PS1 model. And then I have Dante from DMC. DMC 3, that is. I didn't know you was a VTuber, Gurpy. I'm starting now, I guess. I have streamed before, but I didn't have any of this PNG tuber shit going on. This is very much a new thing. I got a friend who is wanting to get into streaming herself. I would link her Twitch or mention it by name if I had it, but I do not. However, if y'all stick around, meaning follow, rate, comment, and subscribe, you will eventually meet her. But yeah, she's the one who drew up this avatar and all the different images for it, because obviously it blinks and it speaks, so there have to be individual images for all of those. But she did all that generously, and for that I am grateful. So I might as well use it instead of my doofy meme icons that I used or made. It's a real good thing that playing this game is like riding a bike, because I'm more or less just free to speak as much as I want. I haven't really thought about any of my gaming as I've been doing it. W friend indeed. But yeah, said friend is... She's actually the same person who is substitute teaching now that I mentioned while we were in the peak lobby before we started climbing. But yeah, from what she's spoken to me, from what she said to me, if I can talk like a regular person instead of a fucking 17th century shoe salesman, a lot of her streams are probably going to center around art and drawing and all that. But she's also the friend that I first played Peak with, so her and I will probably be doing that, or as well as any other dumbass doofy multiplayer games. This imp really had the balls to come up here and scratch me like I wasn't gonna chainsaw him in half. At some point, you gotta respect it. You cannot game and talk, Roy. I'm sorry about that.
Give us access to the right hand of the Father. You should be humbled by this mission. So few have had the honor to stand in the Seraphim's presence.
So few have had the honor of standing in the Seraphim's presence. Give me your arm. Depends on the game. Yeah, that makes sense. If there's like too much shit going on, it's definitely harder to talk, that's for sure. But lucky me, I was born with wacky brain, where even when I game by myself, I have my inner monologue going. So in a way, I'm kind of built for this shit. Ooh. Come here. You two. Got one sticky left. Mink. I need a big bitch to chainsaw. I got 3 pips and I want to use them. I think the only big one is the Baron, though. Alright. This guy will have to do. What the fuck? Okay. I was like getting hurt and I didn't know from where. Okay, so we've established that my audio is good. How's the video looking? Like, is the bitrate okay? We're not, like, dropping frames or nothing? Why is the Baron kinda... I don't know. Can this gargoyle fucking... Okay, there we go. Was that the... Nope, there's still some imps. Bro, they do not want to stand still. Alright. The compression algorithm is unoptimal. JK, it's perfect. Thank you. Oh no! The Marauder! Oh god, I'm out of ammo. Easy money. Okay. I kind of forget what I'm doing. I think I go down this elevator. What video settings are you playing on? It looks so much better than mine. I play on low. I'm actually playing in 1080p. I got vertical sync triple buffering on. It looks like I just have pretty much everything on high. Yeah, I have resolution scaling mode at dynamic. With the target FPS of 60. Yeah. Looks very slayful. Well, good. I did mention, by the way, that I was playing with mods, but I didn't say which ones. I'm pretty sure they're all cosmetic. I don't think I have any gameplay changing mods on. At least not right now. Like, one such mod is the weapon skins that I'm currently using. What's my GPU, Roy? I have the NVIDIA GTX 2060 Super. So it's not a very new card, but, you know, it's... Okay, that sticky just detonated on fucking nothing. That was great. It's not a very new card, but, you know, it's all reliable. As for my CPU, I believe it is a Ryzen 5 3600 something. I don't fucking know. I used to have this shit memorized, but I've had this computer for like 5 years. Just reload my shotgun like it matters. Roy says, I got a 2060 Super and an i7 Coffee Lake. What the fuck is a Coffee Lake? What is that? Came out in like 2019. Okay. By a show of hands, who here actually plays this game? Like, obviously Pinch does. Roy, do you play or have you played Doom Eternal? Because if you do, great, now I'm gonna play Doom again tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, dude, I can drop some fucking This archvile is fucking my shit up. Let me just freeze him and then bully him, shoot him in the penis. There we go. Yeah, how do you watch this and not want to play? That's literally, I installed this while I was watching you play yesterday. Like, you watch somebody play this game and you just get that itch. Watch this fucking speedrun skip. Check me out. Oh yeah. That encounter is for nerds. I don't know how I didn't hit that thing. There we go. I need armor. Thank you. I don't know where this Dread Knight came from, but he's gone. Some games I like to watch other people play. Ooh, nice speedrun tech. I don't even know if that is speedrun tech. I'm sure there's something faster you can do there, but I don't know. That's just how I play this level. I just skip that encounter. Good enough for me. Yeah. Good enough for me too. It's fun. Oh god, I'm in danger. This is Nightmare, by the way. In case nobody saw while I was booting it up. I'm playing like a fucking idiot chimpanzee right now. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I just realized I never finished my thought from earlier. I was gonna say, I can drop some sick combo knowledge for the people who play this game. Right now, you're seeing me utilize, to a certain extent, precision bolt combos. And really being good at this game comes down to how you bind your keys. At least that was like a huge difference maker for me. Obviously just understanding the game and having a good sense of what is best in what situation helps. But once you get past that hurdle, the next one is weapon comboing. Because that's how you deal out big dick damage and to lead Doom Hunters before they get to even fucking do anything like that. But anyway, the Precision Bolt is really good for combos because for whatever reason, you can switch to and from the heavy cannon faster than like any other weapon. And so in that way it becomes really conducive to combos. Like that. Like that's obviously... There's the old meme of like, switching weapons is faster than reloading. And that's really what this game boils down to at a higher level. Because like shooting the shotgun and then waiting for it to reload before you shoot another shot takes long as fuck. So you might as well squeeze in a precision bolt in between each shot. Is that Zoran Mondani in the scout? No, but that would be pretty fucking based. This is Hugo Martin, the creative director of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal and the Dark Ages. So I figured I'd have him in my scope. How do you do that, please? It's kind of hard to describe. It's hard to verbalize anyway, but basically I'm shooting my precision bolt, and as long as you're holding down mouse 2, I'm getting fucking sniped by an Arachnotron right now, hold on. As long as you're holding down mouse 2, you have that like precision bolt ready to fire. So like that's how I'm sniping off the turret. I'm just kind of quick scoping with the precision bolt. And when you call it quick scoping, it makes it sound more impressive than it really is, because that's something that's hard to do in games like Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever the fuck. But it's actually really easy. Like, you just line up your shots before you scope in, and then you bink. And then the moment my shot gets off, that's when I'm switching weapons. Hold on, let me just get big money here. Oh, never mind, they're all dead. I was gonna get a D-blade off. D-blade. I saw a prowler around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Another gamer tip. Fucking prowlers. If they're at full health, like they just spawned in, one ballista shot will put it in glory kill state. And that's like how I kill all prowlers. You just tag them with the ballista and then rip their spine out. Look at that. That's a dead Baron in like 4 or 5 seconds. And that is the power of weapon combos, my friends. I don't know who would have thunk, but if you just hit those buttons real fast and real good, gaming becomes easy. Okay, there's like too many fucking folks over here. I need to get some distance. Mink. Pincherbug said Hugo deserves to get his pussy ate. I didn't read that until literally just now, but I don't know how Hugo would feel about that, but I certainly feel like you're correct. There's a really good series of documentaries for the Doom series done on YouTube by NoClip. Who is... Okay. Are you really the last dickhead left? Come here. Get de-brained, buddy. But yeah, there's some good documentaries. There was ones leading up to, or maybe just after the release of Doom 2016, where Hugo talks about like all the movie influences that went into the creative choices. RoboCop is a major influence, both on 2016 and Doom Eternal, I believe. But yeah, it's very fun to hear about people who are adept at art talk about how they made that and why. What's the docu called? If you look up NoClip Doom, that'll probably bring it up. It's like a Doom 2016 documentary chopped up into several like 30-minute bits. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're doing the Slayer Gates too. Because more fights means more fun. Let me just real quick. There we go. That's a bit better placement. But yeah, NoClip does a lot of documentaries on games. But I think Doom is the only one that I've actually seen. They may have done one on Quake as well. They've certainly done a lot for games that I don't play. That's why I'm having difficulty remembering them. But they make really good shit. I think they're from Ireland or something. He has an accent. something else that you may notice that I'm doing is I'm using the microwave beam like it's a stun gun. It's a really useful strategy against either demons that are really big and beefy and hard to stun, or any demon that has like a weak point, because then you could just stun it and then snipe off the weak point while it's recovering. Because in reality, I'm not very good at aiming. But with the right tools and the right setup, I don't need to aim. To be honest, I didn't even know the microwave beam worked like that. Yeah, as you lock somebody in place, I mean, as you microwave someone, it locks them in place. So if you just, like, tap somebody with it, they still get the full stun. Like that. It stuns them for like a second or two. So you can use that to either interrupt someone during their move. Like for instance, when a tyrant, like the big cyber demon guy, when he's doing his big ass laser beam move, I typically just stun him with a microwave beam and that cancels it. Goodbye, Archvile. And goodbye, Doom Hunter. See? Like that. Okay, I need to get some glory kills to get my blood punch back. Thank you. Thank you. Get some ammo. Fucking A, fellas. Oh yeah, if you blood punch a carcass, the guy that spawns shields and shit, if you blood punch him when he's at full health, he goes into glory kill. So it's kind of like a free kill, because obviously when you glory kill him, you get your blood punch back. Get that break blast, baby. Yeah. Look at my shiny gun. Okay, where am I going? I think I'm going this way. Yeah. There's like some water and shit over here. Kind of fumbling my weapon swaps. Bink. Ah. Back up off me, bro. Get me up this fucking platform, please. Best viewers on streambo.com. Remove the space. What the fuck is this bot ass comment? Get this shit out of here. Oh god, wait, how do I mod? Or not mod, ban. There we go, banned. Get shit on. Blocked, reported. Sent to the camps. Be gone. Wow, guys, my first bot. Wow. I'm really famous. It's really real. It didn't even have the opportunity to post a link because whoever did it fucked it up. You love to see it. Yee-hoo. I haven't really had an opportunity to do some crazy shit with a meat hook because a lot of the rooms on this level are like very closed in, but this one is pretty open, so let's see what I can do here. Yee! Oh, I just wasted both of my blood punches because the fucking GK wouldn't come out. I think that bug's been in the game since launch. Think. Bonk. God damn it, it just happened again. Alright, I got all my punches back. It's time to go in. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a buff totem in this room. There it is. Squashed. Okay, I'm gonna put my trash happy back in a jiff. Very well, Roy. Don't get kidnapped. That is my only stipulation. Are we done yet? Is there like one zombie hanging around? There's an imp. Come here, bitch.
Seraphim's body is in a secure location, 1,000 feet below the main
1,000 feet.
the best access point.
Thanks, Sammy. Sammy, classic Sonic fan. That Cyber Mancubus combo is one of my favorites to pull off. It doesn't work 100% of the time because you're relying on weapon spread from the super shotgun. I like spoke with a lisp there for a second, but if you like get real up close and you like put the shotgun into their belly and then pull the trigger, and then immediately follow that up with a blood punch, that puts them into glory kill state. So really all the resources you're spending in that instance are just the 2 shells for the shotgun, because you're immediately getting your blood punch back. And it looks cool, and that's what's most important. Mink. Oh, fucking carcass shield. Pop. It's not often I actually pop something with the microwave beam, but it's quite fun when it's something as big as a tyrant. Leaves behind a nice little jib too. close by. Who voices Samuel Hayden? I've always thought that he sounded a lot like Colonel Shepard from Modern Warfare 2, but I don't think I ever confirmed that to be the case. Alright, there's a button here. Mink.
The UAC has been in possession of the Seraphim since before your time. It is a relic from their past, the organization's most closely guarded secret.
Hello. Alright. Where are you boys at? There's one. Timed that wrong. Come here, dude. Oh, fuck. You guys both showed up at the same time. They hit me with the pincher maneuver. Oh, no. Okay. Come. Oh, damn. That one blocked it. Spawned his fuck-ass dog. Bink. Okay. There's one. Chainsaw you. Now let me finish you off. Yeah. No homo. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Twitch. Whatever, there's like 3 people here. We're good. We're chilling. Think. Eat your heart. Goodbye. I'm gonna get your friend. Eat your heart. See, everyone here is being so nice and doing exactly what I ask. I love it when the demons are on my side. D-Blade moment. Mink. Oh, fuck. My microwave beam didn't come out. Tag. You're it. I know we're not done. Okay, yeah, there we go. Ooh, that was on beat. Fuck, that was nice. Look at that, all that armor. Lovely. celebratory inspection of my shotgun. Good. And we're skipping the cutscenes, because who really gives a shit? We're just here to game. Oh, there's actually 6 of us here. I thought it was literally just me, Roy, and Pinch, but welcome everybody else. Glad to have you. What am I doing here? Retrieve the father's life sphere. Oh, it's Blood Swamps time. Let's make sure the music is cranked. Hell yeah. I want to make good and sure that we are jamming in this next level. This is how I'm trying to be.
I see your mission objective states that you're going to destroy the sphere, not retrieve it. That is not, sir, what Dr. Hayden, the Seraphim, has requested of us. You.
I don't know how I missed that other Mancubus arm cannon. It's just like I said, I can't aim. Gurpy, I mean, hello! How's it going, Hoodie? Or gouging out eyes? Whichever you prefer. I need a fucking imp to chainsaw. There we go. But anyways, hello Hoodie. As you can see, we are participating in high-octane gaming. This Marauder is having a bit of trouble, it seems. Come to me. You, give me your ammo. Hoodie is fine? Alright then. It definitely helps that your name is lime green. Because, if memory serves, you were also green in the peak. I just got here because I had a bit of a munch fest. Nice, nice. Respectable. Respectable? Respectable is what I meant to say. I'm actually a little bit hungry myself, but I can eat later. Because right now it is Blood Swamps time. And although I am picking up these support runes, I'm only going to be using, what the fuck is it called? The one where, Break Blast. There it is. Because that is by far the best. Alright. Just gonna wait for the third guy to come back up here. Unless he's not going to? Where the fuck did he go? Oh. Is that him? I'm still eating KFC. Nice! I haven't had KFC since I was like 10 or some shit. All the fried chicken I eat comes from Publix. Because Florida. I don't know how I managed to pull my shotgun out underwater. That was a weird happenstance. I'm having a lot of talking issues today, but that was even happening while I was at work. If y'all don't hear from me, just know I had a brutal aneurysm. Hey, Publix is still good. Yeah, bro, fucking Publix fried chicken blew my back out the first time I had it. I was not expecting it to be good, but they are putting crack in that recipe, my friends. Like whatever seasoning they use on the fucking skins,
That's the key that opens
glorious.
the entrance to the Father's tomb, which, according to our data, should be on the crest of a mountain just beyond this altar. That is the origin of the Father's realm.
See this? I wish every arena was like this. All open and shit, so you can swing around like a doofus. Like, look at how fun that is. You go zoom in. They have good sushi too. I've never tried their sushi, but that's because I have very strong, very negative opinions on all of seafood. And we can go down that rabbit hole if you wish, but just know it will be a bad time. Long story short, I just am not a fan of anything that comes out of the ocean. Like, it all shares this disgusting briny taste. Just tastes like I'm licking an armpit. Not a fan. Go for it, rant? Oh, go for it, comma, rant. Yeah, that's end of rant, I guess. I kind of talked it up like I was gonna have, like, and one more thing about fish and how much I fucking hate them, but, like, honestly, it's not a very long story. Buff Marauder, more like who gives a shit. It's the same thing. Oh, never mind, he's actually fast as fuck. Damn, that's some good fucking armpit for me. Well, I mean, hey. Give armpit a shot. You might find something you're into. This is my favorite part of this track. This sick fucking rhythm section. Oh yeah, something else about the microwave beam. It's the only way that you can stun a possessed demon. Because ordinarily they just come at you and they don't stop. But with the microwave beam, you can reliably lock it in place for at least like a second and get like 1 or 2 good meat shots in with your shotgun. Are we done yet? What the fuck am I doing? I'm like jumping on nothing. Oh, you know what? I have to break the thing over here. Or not? Do I have to kill you first? Okay, yeah. There it is. And then a Doom Hunter is gonna spawn. And I'm gonna delete it before it does literally anything. Oh wait, no, never mind. This thing shows up. And then the Doom Hunter. Bink, bonk, bink, bonk, bink. Glory kill. You're dead. When can you get partnered on Twitch? I don't know what the requirements are. I'm sure I can find them in like the creator dashboard or whatever. But I assume you have to reach like a certain notoriety, or at least like a certain consistency with an audience. Maybe that's sub count, maybe that's view count, maybe that's watch time, I don't know. I'm familiar with YouTube and all of its rules for monetization and all that shit, but not Twitch. Okay, I'm kind of getting eaten alive. Goodbye. Okay, to qualify for the Twitch Partner Program, you must meet the Path to Partner achievement criteria by streaming at least 25 hours over 12 different days with an average of 75 viewers in the last 30. Okay, I'm not gonna memorize all that, but thank you. So basically, I need to average 75 viewers and consistently stream. 75 viewers is kind of a lot. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not something I'm getting anytime soon, but I'm fine with that. Because there's perks to having like a small community anyway. You know what I mean? Of course y'all know what I mean. We just came from the fucking Pincherbug stream. Who said you can laser? Stop that. Take rockets to the penis. Give me your leg and your head. There we go. Also, welcome back, Roy. I didn't mention that, but welcome. Just totally whiffed that fucking railgun shot. But anyways, for those that are here, Doom is not the only game that I play. I know that whenever Pinch plays it, I'm somewhere to be found in the chat, backseating in some capacity. So that would give away that I play this game quite a bit. And to be fair, I do. However, most of my day-to-day gaming, at least right now, consists, that's a hard word to say, that's like very spitty. It consists of, currently, Final Fantasy VII, the old 1997 PS1 version of the game. Not that I have a PS1, I just have it on Steam. But yeah, I've been playing that a lot recently. I have a save file where I'm right before. Oh, I forgot that it just freezes your game like that. I've a save file like right before the final fight, and I'm just trying to 100% everything, or at least, you know, get all the shit that I haven't already missed. Because there is some like item, voice crack. There are some like items in materia that you can just miss and they're forever gone. And I'm not that familiar with the game yet that I can just go off a mental checklist. So there is definitely some shit that I missed. But I'm just trying to tie up any loose ends before I defeat the big bad. I think. But anyways, yeah, I play Final Fantasy VII quite a bit. What else do I play? Doom the Dark Ages. I got that on PS5 though. I don't have that on PC. Because my PC can't really run games all that well. At least not new ones. Like, the only way that I'm able to stream this right now is because I'm rendering it in 1080p. If I were not streaming, you can bet your ass I would have this on 1440. But most of the games that I play are actually kind of old. Like, the last time that I streamed was actually on YouTube. And what I did was I beat, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Which is a mouthful of a title. But if you know it, you know it. That is the Dragon Ball game to end all Dragon Ball games. But yeah, I played that and I beat it in like one 5-hour sitting. So that was a good time. There's also some self-administered challenge runs in that stream. But yeah, that was a good time. and I'm looking to play some of the older Final Fantasy games, because the only one that I've played 15. I think 15 was my first Final Fantasy. I've played that. 7, obviously, I've beaten it before. And I think that might be it. Just 15 and 7. I've played like a little bit of 10, I guess, but I've not beaten that. And that was a while ago, so honestly, I could restart that from scratch. But yeah, I'm looking to play 6 and 10 sometime. I'm a big fan of story games, as Pinch calls them. Or RPGs, as the rest of the world calls them. Alright, let me get that buff totem. Mink. Do you play multiplayer games ever? Not really, no. The only kind of multiplayer games that I play are games like Peak, where it's like co-op. I think like competitive shooters and all that shit, like I've had my time playing them. I actually have like an ungodly amount of hours in Team Fortress 2. Like we're talking 4,000 plus. That was like the only game I played when I was in high school. Oh god, I'm hurt. Major ouchies. Same, I have like 2,000 hours. Nice, Roy. See, Roy knows ball. Y'all could learn a thing from Roy. Sorry, gaming. Y'all see this fucking movement, bro? And they say Call of Duty is a movement shooter. TF2 is so peak. What's your favorite class? I don't know. I've always played TF2 as like a very reactive player. Like I just play whatever the team needs, or like whatever class needs to be countered. But if I need like a DPS class, I typically play either Scout or Demo Man. Demo is very fun. I have a nice shiny hat for Demo. Alright, I'm just dumping all of my ammo into this Baron. I'm not even really thinking about it. You're a Demo main, Roy. Nice. There's no feeling quite like consistently landing pipe bombs, so I understand where you're coming from. Most of my hours are Huntsman Sniper. Understandable. My two least played classes are Sniper and Spy. I've just never really been good at either of them. My most played, I think, is Engineer. Just because, like, if my team's doing fine, and they don't really need someone to, you know, fill a specific role, then I just default to Engineer just because I like building shit and having, like, buildings do passive work for me. That or Medic. Medic is a nice, like, passive choice. So on 64-player 24/7 Turbine, bro, when I tell you that, like, half of my hours are on exactly that type of server, I mean that wholeheartedly. Uncle Dane Gaming. Yeah, it's more tactical. Bro, Uncle Dane has really, breathed a lot of life into this funny little hat simulator game. And he has my respect for that. We might have honestly played on the same servers. That might be true. Especially these days, because, like, most of the servers you're gonna find, at least the ones that are, like, 24/7 and all of that shit, they're all, like, Skyle servers. So, there is a very real possibility. I try to avoid Skyle, but some of them are good. Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking to play Team Fortress 2, I'm normally not that picky about servers. Like, as long as the latency is low, I'm chilling. Ever tried TF2 Classic? Nah. I've seen it, but, you know, it just looks a little scuffed for my taste. And I say that as a man who literally just went on about how he plays FF7 PS1, which visually speaking is probably the most scuffed game that I can think of off the top of my head. At least that is like well liked, I suppose. And that, by the way, is only limited to talking about the 3D models in the game. The 3D models of that game are scuffed as fuck, but the backgrounds are gorgeous because they're all pre-rendered. They all have like a nice grungy feel to them. At least in Midgar. Also, nobody plays TF2C anymore. That's, yeah. And really, truthfully, I don't know why you would play TF2C when TF2 is right there. Or not TF2C, just TFC. But to be fair, Team Fortress 2 has a firm place in my heart. Mine too. It's one of those games where its art style prevents it from being dated. And also the gameplay, of course. It's just, you know, it's a hero shooter done right. Or a class-based shooter, I guess. There aren't too many classes, you know. They aren't releasing new updates with like, oh, here's the homeless guy. He throws beer bottles at you, and he has an ult where he fucking pukes all over the ring. No, it's just 9 classes, each with a clearly defined role. It's like 9-way rock, paper, scissors, and it fucking works perfectly. Overwatch Shade, this is absolutely Overwatch Shade. Overwatch can suck all of my dick. I think I played like 27 hours of Overwatch before I realized that I hate it. And I realized that I hate it because I was always playing Mercy instead of playing like a DPS class. Because I wanted to play the game with my friends, but I didn't want to be responsible for anything. And that to me indicated I was not having a good time. Because I wanted to play the game without playing the game. Submissive ass character. I mean, I'm nothing if not submissive and breedable, Roy. You will come to learn this about me. Or Rainbow Six Siege Shade. I've never played Rainbow Six. I remember when trailers were coming out for it, and I was interested in it. Like as a kid, but I don't know. I just don't have it in me to play a game that's that like people are clenched the whole time, you know, and people are taking it real seriously. That's why I don't play competitive games. But the player base is like white supremacist cop and soldier larpers. Are you talking about Rainbow Six? Because if so, you are. Okay. Well, first of all, that makes sense. But second of all, that is very funny. Stolen Valor type beat. Yeah, all these people have like a Punisher logo somewhere on their car. Guaranteed. Isn't that fucked up, by the way? That, like, so many people that are, like... I don't want to say pro-cop, but, like... people who wear like Blue Lives Matter shirts, isn't it fucked up that people who are like huge fans of cops, like, what the fuck? Why did I just get launched forward? Anyway, if I could complete this thought, isn't it fucked up that people that are huge fan of cops are also like Punisher wannabes? Like, that character only works because he's fictional. If Punisher was a real guy, he would just be a fucking monster. And yet these people want to be him, like they idolize this guy who's clearly fucked up. Irony poisoned bootlickers. Yeah, that about sums it up. But being a Florida resident, this is a genre of person I come across quite frequently. Multiple times a day, as a matter of fact. Not to mention Punisher hates cops. Does he? Wow. Wait, why do you come across them? Because Florida is a red state. There's a lot of Republicans here. And also the part of Florida that I live in, there's like a lot of farmland. Maybe not farmland, it's more like horses, specifically. And so, it's like very, got it. Let me guess, Tallahassee? No. No. If anything, Tallahassee is probably one of the more like liberal / urban environments that we have here. Or suburban at least. Obviously, Tallahassee is not like the big city. Jacksonville, no, bro, I'm not gonna fucking tell you where I live, but it's it's not Jackson. I've already said too much, to be honest. Region? South. How about that? Okay, that works. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Yeah. Well, South Florida, a lot of rednecks. I'm about 3 hours away from Disney. I feel like North Florida is way worse. I don't even know. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in North Florida. I've driven through it several times because I've been on road trips, but I've not spent like a whole lot of time up there. The thing that I will say that I like about North Florida is the fact that there's actually texture to the land. Like anything south of Tallahassee is just totally flat. Like we don't have hills or anything. It's very boring. And I've spoken to people about this, but I also feel like it kind of infects the personalities of the people you meet when the place that you're living in is like very flat. That's fair, it's all flat and swampy. Yeah, and it fucking sucks. I hate this place. But what I was saying is, not to get like too deep or anything, but I feel like when a population lives in a place where everything that they can see, like in a 360 degrees, if you turn around, if everything you see, like the horizon is within like a mile from you, I feel like subconsciously, like on a subconscious level, people are deceived into thinking that they're bigger than they actually are. And so they become like narcissistic and shit. And that's why I would like to live in a more mountainous region. Like whenever I go on vacation, it's always to like a more mountainous area and stuff. And as a man who has lived in Florida for nearly his entire life, because I wasn't born here, but I spent like 90% of my life here. It's always like very eye-opening to like hike a mountain and see so much of the world at one time, when I'm used to just being on the ground in Florida, and like the horizon line is literally just like a 3-minute walk. Interesting theory. I don't know if that's specific to any one place in America. I don't think it's specific to any one place in America either. I've a brother who lives in New York, and he also sees that manifest where he lives, because obviously the horizon is obscured by a million fucking buildings. And obviously we all know New York is littered with narcissists. You can't fucking toss a stone without hitting a narcissist in New York City. I grew up in a mountainous region, and it's pretty isolating. There's this attitude that you can just avoid anybody who's unpleasant, which kind of erodes any sense of community. That makes sense. There's a music artist that I like named Phil Elverum. He has 2 music projects. One is The Microphones and one is Mount Erie. And there's a Mount Erie song in which he has a line that says, "The dream of living in the mountains is a dream of self-negation, to see what the world looks like without us." And I feel like what you just said kind of hits on that. Are you fucking shitting me, dude? It creates bubbles very easily. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of people very in denial of the interconnected world they live in. Yeah, dude, the internet has made it easier than ever to understand different cultures and to have access to different cultures. But if you're living in a place where, like you said, you're very, like, there's not many people in your community, and like you can pick and choose who you want to see, I can definitely understand how these people are kind of dissuaded from taking interest in other cultures when they aren't like exposed to them in their day-to-day. Know what I mean? In fact, I have relatives in such an area. We'll call it rural Pennsylvania, like the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And I think they fit the exact bill that you're describing, where they just have like little bubbles, or a bubble that they occupy, and they're not really interested in anything that exists outside of that bubble. Okay, we're done here. Nice, I'm from Philly area. It's pretty pennies. Oh my. It's pretty Pennsyltucky. I said pennies, bro. Pennsyltucky. What does Pennsyltucky even mean?
Hayden's files were extensive, and the
Like I've heard that before, but I'm not like familiar with what that even actually means.
Are free to pass through into the luminarium and insert whichever sphere they have. You can wake anyone in there, and they'll actually have to help you do it.
Pennsylvania has a lot of very progressive areas, but in the... Here, hold on. But the areas in between are very rural, Bible Belt, Deep South vibes. Yeah. I was born in Pennsylvania, but we moved to Florida when I was like 3. So when I said I've spent like 90% of my life in Florida, that's what I meant. So like obviously since we came from Pennsylvania and we have relatives there, we've gone up there for like holidays and stuff like that. But I've not been exposed to like an entire year in Pennsylvania in a very long time. Just like Thanksgivings and shit like that. Like it's not safe for POC. Yeah. Yeah. That is accurate. The seal has been broken.
You left him here on your last mission.
Thanks, intern. Oh god. Bull. Bull. Die already. Thank you. That being said, it is improving. The racist people keep getting chased further and further into the mountain. Yeah, well. In my mind, that's kind of like where I want to be. Not racist, but in the mountains. I've just always wanted to live in the mountains, or at least in like a fucking cabin in the woods. I've always been pretty a-okay with being isolated, and that's not to be cringe and like, oh, like I don't need people in my life, because obviously everybody needs people. We're fucking social creatures when you get down to it. But I've done a lot of customer service work is what I'll say. And I've kind of had my fill of the masses. At least when it comes to down here in Florida. Well, folks like everywhere else that I've been, aside from South Florida and like New York, they seem to be pretty nice. But there's like an inherent judgment quality to people down here that I'm not really thrilled about. Because like me, for example, I kind of look a certain way. Which is just to say that I'm a gaunt, skinny man with long hair. And people down here, they see someone like me, and the first thought they have is, oh, drug dealer, or like ne'er-do-well, or some shit like that. Which is not the case. I mean, have I done drugs? Sure. But that's limited to like weed. Really. I'm generally a very tame person. And yes, I may be gaunt, but that's simply because I am a gamer. Now you're swag too different. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said initially, Appalachia can be surprisingly progressive. Nice. Your smoke too tough, your bitch too bad. I have a feeling me reading that in that voice just made me lose aura, but whatever, thank you. Your smoke too tough, your bitch too bad. But anyways, yeah, I'm talking about like wanting to live in the mountains and shit. But honestly, at this point, in today's economy, to use that fucking golden ole of a line, I will take literally any place on Earth that has 4 seasons and like affordable rent. I don't give a good goddamn where I end up, as long as it's affordable and has 4 seasons. I've lived in Pittsburgh and Philly. I like cities because nobody bats an eye, nothing phases them. That's true. Like I said earlier, I got a brother who now lives in New York, and this is by no means a rare thing to hear from somebody who lives there, but he's seen people die, like in the subways, just people strung out on whatever drug, just literally pass away in front of him, and literally nobody bats an eye. Like, everybody has someplace to be, and so they just kind of act like it isn't happening, because that'll, like, engaging with that on any level means that they'll be late to whatever shit they got going on, so they just don't. I missed the Slayer Gate key, but to be honest, I think I'm gonna skip this one and just go straight to the boss. I carry Narcan usually. I'm not that busy. That's good. You're a good guy, Roy. Not that you needed me to tell you that, but it's good to know that someone's looking out for folks. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm not the type to look the other way. It's good. Also why I like living in cities. Yeah. Like, the types of places that I vacation to, and by vacation I mean like a road trip with friends where we rented an Airbnb in some random place. The places that I've liked the most are places like Turin, Georgia, which you've probably never heard of because it's a very small town. But it's like this little town that you can drive through in the mountains in Georgia, but it's also like 10 minutes from a downtown area where it just kind of looks like where I live. Like that kind of spot I feel like would be perfect for me because I have access to both like the isolation of living in the middle of beautiful nowhere and also access to like a fucking Walmart. It's good. There's always people looking out. That's good. I stopped being a druggie about 6 months ago now, trying to deal with alcoholism. Yeah, I got people in my family that are dealing with that, but in fact, I have people in my family that are dealing with drugs too. I have an uncle who is presently hooked on heroin, and that's been a fucking trip. But, you know, shit happens. It's all about just finding a healthy way to deal with said shit that is happening. Me personally, I used to smoke marijuana like every night. And I'm not about to get on a fucking high horse and tell people like, oh yeah, don't smoke weed, it's bad for you. But me personally, I just started relying on it too much. And it like eventually got to the point where I wasn't really getting anything out of it. I realized I was just using it in a recreational capacity as opposed to a medical capacity, which I originally had it for. And you know, like it was originally introduced into my life as a way for me to, god damn it, as a way to combat depressive thoughts and, you know, just generally kind of feel alright. But after a while it just kind of stopped helping with that. And instead I just kind of used it to get fucked up at the end of my days and then have some fun before I went to sleep. But then that stopped being fun, and I just noticed like, oh hey, I'm not really getting anything extra out of this. I just kind of am useless for like 3 hours after I smoke. Although smoking weed definitely has introduced me to new ways of thinking about art and shit that I was not or would not have stumbled across previously, I don't think. Like, it made me really interested in the direction of art and like why certain choices are made. So for that, I am grateful and happy that I tried it. But you know, it's run its course with me. Alcohol is tough. Yeah, when it feels more normal than being sober. That's tough. I'm trying to move to Alaska. Also, Gurp added you on Discord. Yeah, I've just been gaming. I haven't had a chance to ping that yet. I'm a big fan of long-term effects drugs, and I'm a big fan of the long-term effects drugs and alcohol have had on my life, but short-term it can be damaging. I mostly abstain. When you say you're a big fan of the long-term effects, what do you mean by that? And that's a puzzling statement. The lessons I've learned, the viewpoints I've seen, I see. Yeah. That makes sense. It's kind of just like a short form version of what I was saying. God damn it. I'm missing all my shots. Help me to empathize with people, appreciate art and music. Now myself. Yeah. See, that's why I think like everybody should try these things. But there's just some people who, like, once you do try it, you should take note of what happens and, you know, come to realize if it's for you or not. Because, you know, weed obviously just gives some people panic attacks or turns some people into dickheads. And those people should not be smoking it. Same with alcohol. But not everyone is born with a brain that allows them to quit habits like that. And that is wherein the problem lies. I drink/smoke weed like a few times a year. I drink like 1 or 2 times a week. I try not to do it when I'm by myself. Like, if I'm gonna have a drink, it's because other people are drinking around me, not just because, like, I want to make bad thoughts go away or some shit. The way that I deal with negative thoughts is just, fucking listening to music that comes from a similar place. Like, a lot of my favorite albums are fucking depressing as shit, but, like, they're my favorites because, I mean, obviously there's like a whole list of artistic reasons, but those are specific to particular albums. But generally speaking, the reason why I'm into like really downbeat, depressive art is just because it helps me deal with my own downbeat depressive feelings. Real, says Roy. Yeah, doing it to be yourself is when the addiction happens to most people, I think. Name some albums. Well, I did mention earlier. Yeah, let me fucking shut Vega up. I'm tired of listening to this bitch ass. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I did mention an artist by the name of Phil Elverum earlier in the stream. But he doesn't release music under that name. He releases music under the names The Microphones, which was a project that ran from like 1998, I think, through to about 2005. Maybe not 2005. I think it was like 2003 that he dropped The Microphones moniker. But since then, he's been making music under the name Mount Erie. And it is essentially the same vibe across both. The only difference between The Microphones and Mount Erie is, like, I guess, the stage of his life that he was in when he was making it. Because The Microphones was a project that I think he began when he was like 17. And he is now like 40 or 50 something. I think he's like 40 something. I don't know. I can't do math. Especially not when I'm gaming like this. Listen to any heavy metal? There's an album called Heavy Metal by Cameron Winter that I've been listening to quite a lot. And, oh yeah, if we're talking about fucking downbeat, sad albums, Heavy Metal by Cameron Winter. Give that one a listen. He's the lead singer of this band called Geese, but he does have his own solo album, and it's very folky. He has like a very interesting voice. Gouging Out Eyes says he is 42, I think. I'm assuming you're talking about Phil Elverum. But anyways, specific albums. You asked for specific albums. Okay, so by The Microphones, there's an album called The Glow Part 2. That is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just like a very cohesive piece of art where like every aspect of the sound bleeds into the greater message that he's trying to state with it. And also he's just like a very nice writer. There's like a lot of themes of naturalism in the mountains and nature and shit. And he uses that kind of speak to verbalize his emotions in like a very compelling way. And he started The Microphones in '98, and he was he was 17 at the time. And this is all just going off the top of my head, by the way, gouging. I don't like know this to be 100% fact. I'm not a fucking lore master. But Gurt, got a question. Do you read? I used to read a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really find the time for that anymore. Like nowadays, if I'm not playing a game or working or like with a friend or whatever, I'm usually just like fucking watching YouTube or going on a walk or listening to music. Reading really doesn't find its way into my rotation of hobbies much nowadays. Although, I'm gonna bring up his name for like the fucking umpteenth time in this stream. Phil Elverum released a book, and that's probably like my favorite book. It's called Dawn. It shares the same name as one of his albums, Dawn, and it's about him retreating to the Arctic Circle to spend a winter in 2003 in a snowed-in log cabin because he was... That was his way of dealing with his shit, is he just wanted to live in a fucking log cabin with nobody nearby, just fending for himself, chopping up firewood and shit. Getting water from a watering hole. And that's how he dealt with his emotions. And he kept the journal while he was there, and that's what this book Dawn ended up being. I think you would like a manga called The Climber. I've never heard of that, but I will look that up. However, if we're gonna go that route, talking about manga or anime or whatever, I might be the world's biggest Dragon Ball fan. And I don't say that lightly. I say that with full knowledge that there are people who have Goku tattooed on their ass. I have seen Tacos del Goku. But, when I say that I'm the world's biggest Dragon Ball fan, I mean that wholeheartedly. I eat, sleep, and shit Dragon Ball. I know all the lore. Hell yeah, I got figures in the whole manga set. That's dope. I don't have the whole manga, or really even any of the manga anymore, because I don't have money. But like, I have read the manga online countless times, and I always have a tab open on my phone of the Dragon Ball manga, just because I like revisiting it all the time. Who is my favorite character? Goku. Goku is, to me, far and away the most interesting character, because on a surface level he's very simple, but he's very interesting if you look at his actions and the motivations for those actions. Because if you keep in mind that he's a pure-hearted guy who's able to ride the Nimbus Cloud, that kind of makes you reframe a lot of the shit that he does. Because people look at, like, how he handled... Got a good shot of Hugo there. People look at how he handles certain fights and, like, certain confrontations with characters, and they're like, oh, like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, he's so selfish, he's so greedy, like, who would pawn off this enemy to their fucking only son? But, you know, he can still ride the Nimbus at the end of the day, so it was a pure-hearted choice. And then from there, you kind of investigate as to, like, okay, well, what makes that a pure-hearted choice? And you start to look at, like, the motivations behind his actions and shit like that. I liked Goku before Super. I don't like Dragon Ball Super. I think Dragon Ball Super is bullshit, and Toei Animation is full of a lot of bad writers. I'm not at all a fan of it. Your favorite character is Frieza. Frieza is a very good villain. I like how he was like the perfect foil for Goku. Like, if Goku is Toriyama's idea of what a pure-hearted person looks like, I guess Frieza is like the furthest possible polar opposite that one could write up. I think Dragon Ball Super ruined Goku as a character. See, when people say that, like, on one hand, I agree with you, because obviously Goku in Dragon Ball Super suffers from, like, the worst kind of flanderization, where, like, they took this one aspect of his character, like, oh, he fights, and he likes to fight. They took that and they made that his entire character, to the point where, like, he doesn't have the capacity to think about anything else. And that's obviously not good, and a bad way to write a story. It's a terrible way to write a main character, that's for damn sure. But, I forget what I was talking about. Jesus Christ. Dragon Ball Super. Oh, right, because he said Dragon Ball Super ruined Goku as a character. Yeah, on the one hand, I agree with you in that aspect, that Dragon Ball Super certainly handled his character very poorly. But the specific choice of the word ruined doesn't sit well with me, because the original is always there. Like, the original run of the manga is always there, and that to me is what Dragon Ball is. It's not any of this post-Z shit that was invented by Toei and their team of writers and shit. And like, I know Toriyama on some level was involved with the writing, but from what I understand, it's like, you know, not heavy involvement. It's literally just like, oh, these characters go here and do this thing. Have fun, Toei, fill in all the blanks. And it seems like he was a lot more hands-on with the production of the Dragon Ball Super manga, which, while I still don't love, it at the very least understands its characters a little bit better than the anime did. I didn't even hate GT, I actually liked it a lot. You're on your own with that one. I really dislike GT. Like, I can understand why people like it. The animation was pretty consistent for the most part. A lot of the concepts that are introduced in GT are interesting. Obviously, the Shadow Dragons are probably, like, fundamentally the best way to end the series of Dragon Ball is to have, like, the Dragon Balls sort of turn into the villain. I feel like that's super interesting. But, the end-all be-all criticism of GT that I think will always be true, and that I always come back to, and that many people come back to, is that GT is the definition of great ideas, poor execution. To get a tad more specific, it's like it's mostly like a pacing problem. Like, they have all these good ideas, but they don't let any of them marinate. Why am I not able to double jump there? What the fuck is happening? Oh wait, it's because I'm spinning it before the bounce pad. Okay. There we go. Small brain. I didn't even hate GT, I actually liked it a lot. I like GT more than Super, but I will always love the Frieza arc. Nothing is gonna top that. Okay, maybe Boo. Perfect Cell was okay, but it lacks some things. That's interesting. The Frieza arc was probably like the ending of the Namek / Frieza arc, whatever you want to call it. I think that was the most interesting way to kind of conclude Goku's character arc. You know, with him turning into a Super Saiyan and accepting his heritage and all that nature plus nurture shit finally coming full circle. But, I think, and I didn't always feel this way, but within the last year or so, I've come to have this opinion, that the Buu saga was kind of unnecessary. There's like the fan rumor that, fucking Toriyama was kind of forced to write the Buu saga, like he planned on ending with the Cell saga, and really I don't know if there's any truth to that. But when you read the Buu saga, I'm losing my ability to talk. You kind of see it in the art, and maybe even in the writing a little bit too, how he kind of seems like, how do I word this? He almost seems like he's at his wit's end writing it and drawing it. Like the art isn't super, I mean, like it's good, Obviously, it's Toriyama. He's a magnificent artist. His art is always going to be good. But it's not quite as polished as it was previously. It just kind of felt like he was rushing through it for the sake of, like, appeasing his producers and editors and whatnot. All the bureaucratic nonsense breathing down his neck. But you know, that's just my take on it. I don't know any of that to be reflective of reality. But I think Perfect Cell, in the conclusion of the Cell arc, would have been like a nice ending to the series. And that's not even to say that I dislike the Boo arc. I like it. I just think the Cell arc is a better ending. I feel like it wraps things up in a nice little bow, a little bit better. Because you kind of have the passing of the torch moment from Goku to Gohan. If the series ended with the Cell arc, I think I would like Gohan a bit more as a character. And that's not to say that I dislike the Great Saiyaman or any of that corny shit that people say about him all the time, like, oh, the Great Saiyaman is lame. Because, I mean, that's... First of all, that's just the joke. Great Saiyaman is supposed to be lame. And... I, for one, find the joke funny. I don't hate Gohan for having a fucking hobby, being a superhero. What I hate Gohan for... is not learning anything from the Cell Saga. Because the whole thing with the ending there, the ending in the Cell Saga that is that Gohan, when he gets powerful, he gets cocky. And he kind of learns that the hard way when his fucking father dies as a result of his own cockiness. And you would think that your own father dying as a result of your actions might be a bit of a wake-up call, you know, to say like, hey, maybe if I have the power to end this like potentially universe-threatening thing, maybe I should do that. Gohan just doesn't learn that lesson because he repeats the exact same mistake against Super Boo in the Boo Saga, and it's really fucking frustrating. It's like a character arc is completely undone for no reason at all. God, they're fucking my shit up. I gotta pipe down and lock in. Yapping about Dragon Ball too much. And I'm dead. God damn. But anyways, yeah, the way that this conversation originally started, or at least one of the first topics once we started talking about Dragon Ball, was who is my favorite character, and it's Goku, specifically because of the Frieza arc, and like him sparing Frieza. I feel like that's a really compelling thing for a character to do, despite the fact that like 90% of Dragon Ball fans look at that and just call Goku dumb. It's like, okay, cool, so you're just not willing to engage with this on any sort of subsurface level whatsoever. You just call Goku dumb and be done with it. It's the same with the fucking Broly movie from Z. Like, that is a very interesting and compelling villain, and people boil him down to big strong guy who is mad because Goku cried as a baby, and that's not at all who his character is, or what his character is. But of course, you can only blame the fans so much for that. Oh my god, bro, I'm getting deleted. I would say most of the blame for people's misinterpretations of Japanese characters probably has to do with localization, especially when it comes to older shows, namely Dragon Ball, because the localization turned it into like some Americanized, very corny shit. A lot of characters are just fundamentally different. They speak in shitty one-liners instead of actual meaningful dialogue. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like Kai or like any of the new shit. I'm talking specifically about like old 90s and early 2000s Dragon Ball Z. That shit was ass. Oh my god. Not like this. Okay. Got one spirit down. Well, man, Chainsaw Man is pretty good. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not talking about like fucking... I'm not one of those people that says all English dubs are bad, because it's absolutely not the case. I'm talking about like late 90s, early 2000s anime localizations where people just don't understand the source material but are making a localization about it. That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, Chainsaw Man is good. I've read a lot of Chainsaw Man. I haven't picked up in a long time, but I've read quite a bit of it. Jesus, I'm like fucking burping. But anyway, it is 3:24 a.m. where I'm at, so I'm gonna have to wrapping it up pretty shortly here. But thank you for stopping by, everyone who did. I hope you have a good night, Hoodie. It's been a good chat with you, Roy, and whoever else. Pinch was here for a bit. That was cool. I am once again thankful for the raid. Thankful that people stuck around to watch me game. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good night. I'll hopefully see y'all again soon sometime. We need to do more of these. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like chatting about like subsurface level shit. I like getting into deep talk sometimes. It's good fun. Especially when I can just turn my brain off and game and then just yap on top of that. It's good vibes. 3:30 a.m. convos. That's some real shit. That is what I'm here for. But anyways, I'm gonna give my fucking voice a rest. I can feel it falling apart on me. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you again for stopping by. And I'll see you again some other time. Later.